Okay, here we are today with the Nerf Cam ECS-12 from Nerf's N-Strike Elite line. First things first, what all you get with this thing? Obviously, you get the cam blaster itself, and it comes with 12 of your standard Elite darts. Comes with the 12 dart magazine. And, because it is the camera blaster, nice enough to include a 4 gigabyte SD card. Not a particularly quality one, but, well, I mean, Toshiba's a good brand, but it's a class 4 instead of a class 10. But, I mean, one that will work with the blaster nonetheless. And a Sunshield thing, which I will go ahead and demonstrate. It just kind of slots on to the blaster, up top. There we go. Snaps in like that. The idea being that this kind of protects the glare on your screen, which I will show you in a moment. In practice, I can tell you that this mostly does absolutely nothing for the glare, but nice that Nerf thought to include it nonetheless. Anyway, going back to the blaster, has a permanent stock. This is not detachable, so no stock attachments go with this. Has the single rail attachment on the top there for accessories. Oh, and down here, as I'm not paying close enough attention, does have one down here as well. The barrel does not take barrel accessories though, so. Anyway, this is at its heart a semi-auto flywheel blaster. So essentially the same thing as the Strife internally or the Demolisher. Both operate on the same principle. You've got 4 AA's in this side to power the blaster, and that is done by you hold down the acceleration trigger and then pull on your launch trigger to push the darts through the blaster. Now flipping it over to the other side, of course we have a jam door which you open up to get in if you've got a jam. But on this side, get more of the camera stuff, so the battery door on this side is a second set of 4 AA's, so 8 AA's total to power this blaster. But the 4 on this side power the camera bits, and up here you can see got the slot where your SD card goes in like that, and it clicks into place. So keep in mind that if you got this thing out, maybe don't want to have it out in the rain, because if water gets in there, I imagine it's not going to be terribly good for things. And of course, because it is a camera, on the front right there, you can see, got our camera lens. And one thing, just while we've got closed up on it, don't know if you can quite see, but on my particular one, it's slightly out of alignment in that hole. I don't know what exactly the production variance on this will be, but why that matters, you'll see in a little bit. So anyway, go into the camera bits, bring it around to the back of the blaster, and most of your operation's done from back here. So orange button turns it on. Hold down for a few seconds. There we go, and it makes a little noise. And now you should have, yep, on the screen, I'm probably blocking most of the view, but you get a little crosshair. And what these buttons do, the trash can is for when you're reviewing stuff. You can delete photos and videos on there. This middle button, normally, you press it, and you can see now we have a photograph icon up there, and hit it again, goes back to camera. So that's how you select what mode you're in. And this one is for when you are reviewing your photos or videos. It plays and pauses and selects and whatnot. Now, if you want to record or take a photo, got that button right here, the orange, down on the grip. So it's kind of handy. So you don't have to, you can have your hand down here supporting it. You don't have to go all the way back for that. But anyway, going back to looking at the screen, don't know how well it shows up, but you can see that the crosshair on the screen is, of course, in the center of the camera view, but that does not line up with right here on the barrel, which is the center of where the blaster itself is aiming. So, little problematic. I know for me personally, that would drive me nuts in footage, or even trying to use this thing, because you could essentially use this as like a digital sight, and with it not being lined up not going to be any good. But okay, that is the gist of this blaster. Now, of course, the big question, two big questions with this one instead of just the one. Of course, the primary one is, what are the ranges? And this, on the box, it has a 85-foot Elite XD claim. So make sure to head on over to the range test to check out how this thing performs in the real world. But the other big question is, it's a camera. So what, and the idea being, oh, record your battles, you know, instead of buying an extra camera like a GoPro or something, strapping it on somewhere, just all in one, and for an $80 or whatever it ends up costing by the time you see this, but starting out at $79.99 MSRP when it brand new. How good's the camera? And not great, but when I was out filming the range test for this thing, I made sure to turn on the blaster's camera itself, and so that footage will wrap up this video. So stay tuned for that, but as always, thanks for watching. Okay, we are recording with the blaster, so here we go.